when building Elm code, unlike JavaScript, it is good to rely on your type system as much as possible to ensure your code is correct. But that being said, there are times when you still would like to write a unit test in order to ensure some correctness. Maybe there's something that you can't express to the type system. Maybe you want to check that you're dealing with dates correctly, and yet it will reject an invalid date. Well, unfortunately, Elm can't do that at the type system level like, say, Idris could. So you have to actually write a standardized unit test for that. So the way you do that in Elm is using the Elm test module. Elm test is a module that handles all testing in Elm, or at least the basics of it, and it features both unit tests on one hand, as well as property-based tests or quick check style tests, which it calls fuzz tests, on the other. So you can do both example tests and the probabilistic stochastic testing in the same module, which is nice. You don't have to differentiate. It also handles all the things you want. And you can run it both in your web browser, or better yet, through the Node.js test runner, which will run it at the command line. So you can do it as part of your build tool that it will simply do that. And Elm test has a lot of nice things in the API. For example, if you tell it to run a group of tests and the group is empty, it will fail. Or if you tell it that you want to skip some tests, because maybe you don't care about them right now, those tests will be shown as failing if nothing else fails. So that maybe you want to only run one test for a few minutes because, I don't know, you want to concentrate on one specific issue that you've discovered. But if you forget to unskip the other tests, when you go to check your code back in, your CI system will actually fail your code for not re-enabling those tests. So you don't end up in the scenario you get in some test scenarios, and I've certainly done this myself, where there's a whole number of tests which should be doing something, but they're turned off. And a test that you've turned off doesn't do anything because it doesn't run. And the whole point of testing is that we want to ensure that certain invariants are true about our code, and if the test is turned off, by definition, then it's not doing that. So check out the Elm test framework. It's very nice, and we'll do a more detailed tutorial later.